Good. We are waiting again for YouTube to not cut out the first little second. Let's see who is already here, who can tell me if we are really live. Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we are going to talk about some very interesting development in the market, not to say shocking development in the market, because we have to talk about Ethereum ETFs already. Not even have we received our confirmation of the Bitcoin ETFs, and we're talking already Ethereum ETFs, we're talking altcoin ETFs. And obviously also have to talk about the economic situation a little bit, and there are some interesting things to look at, what Jerome Powell has done and said. And then we have to talk about Ecomi, because Ecomi has not stopped going down as well. So Ecomi, the altcoin that we're looking at in almost every live stream, every video, but all of that, guys, just right after the intro. So, good morning to every one of you. I have my coffee here ready. I hope you do as well. Omicron is or was here, saying morning, sir. Good morning, Omicron. And Michel Vish is also here. Good morning. Nice stream with Danny. Yes, yesterday very late in the evening. So for me, from midnight to 1 a.m. I have been on Danny's stream, and after that I just sat down to make this stream possible. So I did really not sleep that much, but no problem, right? We get this done. And so if you enjoy all of this, then please make sure to smash up the like button right now, to subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't yet, or if you're watching this afterwards. And also tick the little bell. And we have to welcome, or we want to welcome, one special guest here, and that is Zach. Zach, right here to the side, to the side of me, is our newest member that has become a new rare hodler. And I appreciate that, Zach. I hope you, for now I have just picked the Iron Man as an icon, and I hope that fits for you. If not, let me know what you want to have as a symbol. And you see, guys, it's getting really crowded here, so I don't know how long this screen will be the correct one in this sense, and how much space I will have. So yeah, there's a couple of people here, so once again, please smash up the like button so that everyone sees that this is coming out, and we're just getting started. Philippe is here saying good morning, Philippe. You are also not sleeping that much, because I have seen you yesterday on that stream as well. So the maximum that you could have gotten is probably 6 hours, right? So that is that is not too much. And I have to tell you guys, if you are going to work out at the same time, and your body demands some extra sleep, and you give him less, then he doesn't really like that, right? So yeah. But anyways, let's get started with the good stuff. So I mean, this is completely nuts. This is completely crazy. These news that we are seeing right now, that are coming out right now. So Blackrock appears to propose a spot Ether ETF. That was the headline that came out yesterday, and that made Ethereum pump quite a bit. Ethereum pumped way beyond 2,000 to 2,145 or 2,190 or so. Crazy stuff, right? so because they were filing for an iShares Ethereum trust, and that appeared on Delaware state website on Thursday. And this is really crazy development, because if you think about what is happening, so first of all, we know that Blackrock were not the first one to file for a spot Bitcoin ETF. That exactly was ARK Invest, but everyone jumped on the bandwagon when BlackRock did it. So BlackRock is really there, so to say, the reference for what to do. And it seems, first of all, that regulatory clarity for them must be relatively clear also on Ethereum to file for that. The second is they wanted to be the first this time on Ethereum ETF. And if you are in doubt, this is, yes, we are talking about spot Ethereum ETF. So means that if they were exactly able to launch this, that ETF, just as the Bitcoin ETF, would buy directly Ethereum coherent with what they have been given out as shares to the investors that are buying this. And that means exposure to the institutions, to the big money, to very rich people, to certain types of investors, would mean this exposure to Ethereum that would not be able to buy this otherwise. But there they could buy it in a regulated environment and could be sure that at least the ETF that is given out is in conformity with the rules, if this would exist. And that would be billions and billions upon billions and even trillions flowing into Ethereum. And we know that when Ethereum goes crazy, the entire altcoin market will have a very, very good time. So this is absolutely massive. Obviously, this will take time, right? I mean, we have seen how much time there is or has passed by since they first tried to get into Bitcoin spot ETFs. Now, there's another thing that means, or what that means is, BlackRock is not doing this out of charity for our bags. BlackRock is filing for these ETFs because of their own interest, not because they love decentralized and Web3 stuff and so on. They are doing this because they need or they want to take part in this massive market. And that means that BlackRock has decided that this market is going to see a big upswing, uptick, and a lot of users and a lot of, let's say, money to be made for BlackRock in the near future. That is why they are filing for those ETFs now, because they are afraid that they cannot take part in this market in the next years if they don't file for these ETFs. So they want to have these ETFs so that their investors can invest and pay, so to say, these little fees left and right for purchasing extensive amounts of Bitcoin ETF, of Ethereum ETF. It may be other altcoins ETF. So one thing, yesterday we talked about it, for example, Chainlink. Chainlink is working with the big banks, is working with so many institutions, and that could be, for example, one altcoin that has never been touched by the SEC in terms of, hey, that's a security, although they have really crazy mechanisms. So Chainlink could be one of those as well. But overall, I mean, look at this. This is absolutely crazy. I would not have expected that. And now it comes the last part that we have to consider. The argument for which Grayscale was allowed to proceed with a conversion of the Grayscale trust into a Bitcoin ETF is basically the similarity of the markets, and the argument of which basically the SEC was forbidden to or cannot deny the Bitcoin ETF is because they have already approved Bitcoin futures ETFs, and those are very closely linked to the market, so to the direct spot market, 99% correlation. And guess what? The SEC has already approved Ethereum futures ETFs, which is probably also why BlackRock is saying, if that's the argument of other lawmakers, then we have to file for a Bitcoin spot ETF right now, because Ethereum futures ETFs are already out. So that is basically, I think there are so many reasons right now why we have to look at that I have to put this on a slide together. But basically, there is Ethereum futures ETFs. BlackRock doesn't want to miss the market, on this. BlackRock wants to be the first on the Ethereum ones, and probably will be, because I believe they are the only ones that have filed, and so on. So there are a lot of arguments here. So this came out yesterday together with this. So this is the official filing, basically, and this account had it first. At least according to everything that I saw, they were the first. So this is basically, it's the same. It's the same filing. Here's the iShares Bitcoin Trust, and here's the iShares Ethereum Trust. So it's really, the same look, right, with their own number and so on. So here we can see that it was the 8th of June, and here we see that it was the 9th of 11, of November. Okay, so very interesting development. And then this happened. No shocker, Ethereum is up 8% on the news, but the move started a good hour before my QT or Summer's original tweet. So the move for this started before the news. Not sure who was original source. We scraped all kinds of websites, but not this one. So HT to the person whoever you are who found it at 8:30 this morning. So someone made a really good money there, because and knew it before. And obviously what this person is also implying is that there's someone had insider knowledge, right? But so a couple of other people. Conquer is here in good morning. Energy says good morning. So traditionally Ethereum doing well means altcoins doing well, but we also have our Bitcoin ETFs, right? And now here's also this account. Energy says Pepe to the moon. Are you really going into Pepe? Oh, you mean Omi? Okay. So you mean meme coin character, right? Yeah, we hope that, but it's actually going. You have to take the chart upside down, right? But Batista Charles is here saying good morning. So quickly here, there are two paths that need to be completed for an ETF launch, and now we are talking about Bitcoin. Even if 19b4 is approved, S1 still needs sign off from Division of CorpFin. No sign that's done yet. So it's very complicated. I think one of these is the similarity of the markets argument, but I'm not sure. There are two rules. This is a super justice channel or law channel. So I'm not sure exactly what's behind this, but he's following basically every day these approval things. Possible and even likely that there could be weeks or even months between an approval and launch. So what they are saying basically is that even if we get the approval for really money flowing into it, for really having a launch into the Bitcoin spot ETF, there could be months passing. Which means, but I think the rally will be strong no matter what when it's approved. Because then everyone will try to price that in, and obviously it's going to be absolutely crazy. So next thing up here is that also yesterday, and that's why we have a little bit of a mixed day, we had seen the Jerome Powell speech. and Powell says Fed is not confident it has done enough to bring inflation down, and that's where also the markets didn't like that statement really much. And basically what has been said is Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he and his colleagues remain steadfast in getting policy in line with the 2% inflation goal, but we are not confident that we have achieved such a stance. So that is that they are holding the door open for further rate hikes, and certainly for maintaining like higher for longer. He stressed the Fed nevertheless can be cautious as the risks between doing too much and too little have come into closer balance. So it sounds like they want to have it stay the same, but the markets, the aftermarkets, they reacted red to this. S&P 500 and so on. Federal Reserve Chair Powell basically is going on a maintain, and we can see that in the Fed CME watch tool. We can see that the chances for a rate hike based on this are below 15%. You see it here. Okay, so yeah, let's do it like this. So you see it here, right? 15% and 85.4% are believing that the rate stays the same. So probably no rate hike. Energy says, would you rather invest in Veve NFT or crypto just right now if you would buy something today for 500 euros? I would put it, I would hold it to see if there's a crypto pullback. But that is a very valid argument. I want to come back to your comment in a second when we're talking about Ecomi and Veve. A little bit more on the coins and statistics today. Altcoins, so the majority of top 100 crypto assets are up 10% in market value over the past week. Some notable standouts have been Chainlink, OKB, Casper, Rune, and Neo. Pay attention to social volume rises as well. FOMO from new entries into the space have extended this rally. So, and we see them here highlighted, right? Excuse me, guys. So there we go. We see it here. But we also see, there's one more. Excuse me. So we see there's one more thing to it. So we have Link, OKB, Casper, Rune, and Neo. But there are also like some reddish ones going backwards, like Renda that has pumped before, Bitcoin SV, Neo Protocol, Hex, Monero, Bitcoin Cash, Tron, and Reptron. Okay, so there are not every altcoin is pumping right now, and I mean, you know it. Also, Ecomi is not really pumping right now. Baptista Charles says we need to be very patient to see the inflation decrease in 2024. Yes, I think so. But even though they are extracting the thank you, man, bless it. Even though that they are extracting the energy costs, so they are looking at core inflation. Yet the energy costs and some other factors are pushing the prices up everywhere around the world because of the two conflicts that we have, right? So, and energy prices affect other prices in the basket that they are using to measure inflation. So I think that's why they are going to maintain stable to see if energy prices calm a little bit down, maybe in the next couple of months, if that is already enough, right? And the other thing is that they have to be very careful to not break the economy right now. The longer they can maintain the high rates without breaking the economy, without breaking something major, the longer, the better for them, right? So probably, I think they will try to maintain this level of rates well into 2024, It's like beyond halving, like into April, May, maybe June, and then start cutting rates. That could be happening. So we will see. But usually it needs a catalyst for them to start cutting rates. Either they reach their goal of 2%, which I doubt. I think it will be very hard to reach that, or something major in the US economy is about to break, and then they are going to print that away. So that is really what I believe is going to happen. Then maybe this also interesting in terms of institutional money. So look at this. The real flippening that no one is talking about. CME just flipped Binance for the largest share of Bitcoin futures open interest. Bittersweet, there will soon be more suits than hoodies here. So what does it mean if you look at the chart? Yeah, basically what is CME open interest is the blue line, and open interest on Binance is the yellow line. And on Binance is decreasing, on institutional is rising, which is why he says that soon there will be more suits in space. But that was actually what everyone wanted, right? That the institutional money is coming in. So I think that is a nice indicator. It's basically indicating that we have institutional FOMO. And then I saw this one here, and maybe we can listen to this together. It's super funny. I don't know, actually. I've not verified if it's true, but there were some climate activists going up on stage there, walking behind Jerome Powell, and I don't know what, but his reaction is too funny, and I don't know if they faked it because the video was not on anymore. Even if it's a fake, it's just funny. Let's listen to it for a second.
Of getting inflation sustainably down to 2% has a long way to go. The labor market remains tight, although improvements in labor supply and a gradual easing in demand continue to move it into better balance. GDP growth in the third quarter was quite strong, but like most forecasters, we expect growth to moderate in coming quarters. Of course.
Jerome Powell, by refusing to treat climate change like a systemic risk,
thank you.
You are putting us at
Thank you very much.
disaster.
Thank you very much.
Climate change
Yep.
will threaten.
Thank you. Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
I don't know, but he just, it sounds very much as his voice. So they were coming up, yelling something, and then basically he just said when they walked out, just close the fucking door. I never, I think this whole thing with just close the fucking door is already becoming a meme in the crypto space now. And I think it is pretty funny, his reaction to all that stuff. Yeah, anyways, let's continue here. So this one here is maybe interesting to some of you. I don't know if you have been buying funds on Celsius and maybe have suffered something from the collapse, but actually Celsius gets court approval to pay back 2 billion to creditors. So Celsius bankruptcy plan has been approved, and so Celsius network is being resolved, and that maybe could have as a result that also user funds are being maybe returned or refunded or something like that. Yeah, so let's look at the markets really quick. So wow. Okay, so DAXI is up 101% on the day. Yeah, that is crazy. We are looking at the top 200. So top 200 is mixed today. We can look quickly. So we have some movers in the top 200. DAXI, Ordi, gas, SSV and so on. So a lot of altcoins that are still moving quite a bit. And then I'm looking for OMI right now. Can't quite see it. If you see it, guys, then let me know. If you see OMI, let me know. But I don't really see it. Has it fallen out of the top 200? That could be it, right? While other coins were pumping, it could actually have been have fallen out of the top 200. I don't see it anywhere, so maybe it's maybe it's here in the top 300 now. Yeah, there it is. So now we have to watch the top 300. Look at that. So Ecomi actually has fallen out of the top 200, where it's now in a mix with Bonk, Badger, SDAX, Hi-Fi, and EFI, and so on. With Naka. Oh, Naka. I think Naka was some of you were talking about, right? So actually, yeah, OMI down, down middle right. Here it is, but it's the top 300. See? So there you go. It's here. So yeah, I don't know. There could be an argument made that there's just not a focus for OMI. We have talked about it extensively yesterday with Danny on his channel. But still, it's not the greatest feeling, yeah? If we look on the weekly, OMI is down 10%. There are some coins here that are down 10% as well. But really on the monthly, for example, OMI and Vec and Tomi are the only ones, right? And Loom. And that is because, in my opinion, it's still because they have pumped before, yeah? So yeah, we're going to look at this in the charts in a second. Top 200, we haven't looked at it yet. Top 100, sorry. Top 100 on the daily. The biggest mover is still FTT. God knows why. Some people are really speculating that whales are playing, that Rune is up, I think Lido Finance, Ethereum Classic, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Atom a little bit up, but overall there some coins are taking pullbacks right now. And yeah, maybe we can start looking at altcoins again to accumulate more. But in general, and this is where I get to the charts, we need to go over our charts that we usually look at, because there are some things that need to be discussed. So first of all, let's talk about the DXY. We haven't looked at the DXY for quite some time. I was hoping that this is a bearish retest, which it is not. But no matter what, it seems at the moment that the DXY is taking a downturn here. Has been rallying the last couple of days, though, once again. Also because of this is probably what Fed Chair Powell said yesterday, what made the dollar go up again. Yeah, so nothing too much that changes here. Next one is Bitcoin. Also going to refresh that. And I can move my face back into it here. There we go. So Bitcoin, if you look at it, here we go, right? If you look at this, how the channel was before, maybe even in a 4-hourly, yeah, you can see exactly here that we have been basically pulling down to retest this. And now the question is, if this retest complete, will we continue the rally, or will we break back into the channel? And if so, then this is a massive bull trap at the moment, yeah. So if we break back into this channel, and maybe that could be also, I mean, it is to be expected, just from a level of how overbought we are. Basically, look at this. Since the 23rd of October, we're basically in overbought territory, moving upwards still. And at some point, I mean, on the weekly, there's still a little bit more room to go, a little bit more, but also on the weekly, the RSI is getting into overbought territory. Yeah. So with this, so I see us maybe going a little bit more here, but at some point I would expect us to have a pullback to one of these levels here, and that is where I'm going to wait for right now, and to buy more crypto. I want to wait this to out, because it would be no wonder to me if we go a little bit more and then we pull back and we even lose this level and pull back to this range and confirm this as the new big support and then continue here, right? So that is definitely something that I could expect. I think for us going higher right now, I mean, yes, there's still room on the RSI for us to go, to 80 something, maybe to 90 or so. Then we would test this once again. But overall, I think we could see a major pullback to 31 to 32,000 in the next weeks. That doesn't mean that it necessarily has to happen. I just could imagine that it looks like this. This could also be just a retracement to this level and then go again, right? So we don't know, but a pullback, I think we are due a pullback after this massive pump over the line. I mean, we are pumping for 1, 2, 3, 4 for 1 month straight without any pullbacks. So yeah, I mean, we are due a correction here for Bitcoin. Also, I will quickly want to show you something on the NASDAQ, because I mean, the NASDAQ, I think, is something of the best things we've ever called on this channel. I mean, we have never called it as correctly as this, right? So you remember when we were looking at the NASDAQ, we said that we would have this, if we lose this level, we would pull back to this moving average. It happened. We bounced on this average, went straight up again, and now we went above this line and we are retesting it right now. So what we want to see is this needs to hold. Oops, you cannot see it really. This needs to hold. Let's delete this once again. There we go. So what I said is, if we lose this level, right, go back to this bounce. Now we bounced off of it, go through, and we are retesting the same trend line. We have drawn in this trend line somewhere here in this range, and I have not redrawn it. I have not touched it since we went back to it the last time. And you see here this super confluence, right, where it has been backtested so many times, then we lost it, and now we are backtesting it from above as potential support. So this will be really interesting how this plays out for the NASDAQ, because actually here we have higher highs, right? And now the question is, can we hold this, or will we form a higher low? Will we form an uptrend that can take out this previous high? That will be interesting, because everyone's saying that Bitcoin in the long term will be recorrelated with the markets, and then we want to have the markets do well so that we can really go into our bull run. Bitcoin dominance is the same way. It's still going up. So see here, Bitcoin dominance. We have formed another high. So this is basically where Bitcoin dominance is headed. And now we had a major pullback on this because Bitcoin got rejected hard while some altcoins are rallying. But that is Bitcoin dominance. And I think it's still going. As long as Bitcoin is pumping, it will be continuing to go. We have hit 54%. I think we can go beyond 55% Bitcoin dominance easily. And yeah, next one is the total market cap of the altcoins. So let's look at that as well. We have been looking at it. We have 2 days and 17 hours left for our candle close above. It looks very good, but still we need a close really above. I mean, we closed above here, but open and close above would really give us confidence in this altcoin rally. This has been playing out a long time. If you look at the lower time frames, you can really see that we had a breakout and we back tested, and we broke out and back tested, and now we are going. So we really want to hold this level, and we only have 2 more days, so we would have to have a very big pullback in the entire market to crash back into our pattern. So we don't want to have this a big altcoin bull trap. Instead, we want to have this a confirmed breakout so that we can continue to rally for the altcoins. And even if it's a confirmed breakout and we go a little bit more sideways, this can play out over days. Maybe we will have this going into a year-end rally or so. Overall, altcoin market is looking like this. So the overall altcoin market has, from that bounce here, let's go only until where we are right now, pumped 23%, the overall altcoin market. So that is big. That is big because that is we basically went from 320 billion to almost 400 billion. So 80 billion was flowing into altcoins, and that is usually coming out of Bitcoin profit. So if there's continued rallying and Bitcoin profit taking, the altcoins will do really well as Bitcoin takes a breather. The altcoins will do really well except Omi, right? So let's get to Ecomi. And first of all, let's look at this. So this is how Ecomi looks on the long term, and actually, what we want is these rounding shapes, yeah? So these rounding shapes, ideally, if we could stop our crashing here, yeah? If we could stop that and just round out the next one, yeah? This next shoulder, then we would be really, really well for Ecomi. Then this would be really strong. So we need some news, right? So let's see where we are right now, because so far so good. We have come a little bit lower than I wanted it to see, because I wanted us to bounce here. And now we are back testing the top of this base that has formed. We are back testing it right now. If we look at the lower time frames, we can see that there is a little bit of we have bounced exactly on it. So here's the green candle of the bounce with the wick directly on top of this box, where we had previous resistance in that whale accumulation phase. So and then we had a 100% breakout. We discussed the ABC correction, yeah. So everything of that lies behind us. Now the big question is, can we hold this level? Or will we crash into the range again? Because then what we want to see is a turnaround here, and it's very likely that at some point it happens. Even if we go a little bit lower, at some point it should happen. We are severely oversold on the RSI. You see that here we have been coming down to 23. We are still severely oversold. In a DCA, that's where I get a little bit more Omi here and there, just to bring down my average so that I can start taking profits a little bit earlier. Now, what we don't want to see is that we fall down, and that we even fall down to levels like this, and if we roll over, then we would form new lows. So that is the absolute bear scenario. That should not happen in an environment where everything else pumps. However, if you look at this here, this also happened without other coins pumping. There were very few coins that pumped. The first time that the other coins moved was here, and Omi did not. Omi moved, but got completely sold off into that range, so that we couldn't even close the day beyond this box. Then all altcoins took a breather, and Ecomi took off on the news. So what ideally happens is that we get some kind of news and come out and form a major pattern. Yeah. So that is really what I want to see for Ecomi. And we are going to observe this here together. I think there will not be so much happening on the weekend. Weekend is usually very flat in volume and so on. And everything takes a breather right now. Maybe some whales will discover that there is a good buying opportunity here right now for Ecomi at this point. Yeah, so we have seen that this has been called by John's cryptotherapy, this entire move. So it's very valid to look at whales who have themselves billions upon billions of OMI and can play the market in this way. Yeah, so let's look at Veve a little bit, what's going on. And this is something that I wanted to get back to Energy. So Energy has asked before, would you rather invest in Veve NFT or crypto just right now if you would buy something today for 500 euros or $500, right? So here's the thing, and I have found, I have a Ecomi Veve focused YouTube channel, and yet I have not really paid so much attention to Veve at the moment because all eyes are on Bitcoin ETFs and altcoins in this investment space. Yes, we have paid attention to veveverse and news, but not really. I don't even know that we have this drop, right? First appearance of Carol Danvers. I have not seen or participated in the last comic drops. So really the attention is not there. But still, my vault values are holding up a little bit, or holding up really well, right? So I did not have any major decreases in my vaults anymore since a couple of months. So it really seems that has stabilized. Now, one stabilizing factor might be Bezosman, that is just buying the floor on everything. But overall, the attention is just not there. And so to answer that question with the 500 euros, I would rather be in the altcoins right now and make money there, because I think that Veve takes another year or so for the collectibles to come back, to really start moving. I think that is at least 1 year out from now, at least. That doesn't mean that I will not buy a secret rare here and there, but it means that my focus is at the moment on the altcoin space. Then also, to complement this, here we have some snapshots how from Tales from the Reso, and here he is basically showing how his Veveverse stuff really looks like. So yeah, I think the graphics are better than in the video he has shown, and I think it looks good. So I commented this as well. I think the stuff looks good, and some really creative things going on here from him. So yeah, why not? If that is some kind of a metaverse, something to play, and we can bring in all excited Veve users that we will have once prices are moving again, then yeah, for example, this Knight Rider car, this kit, it looks pretty good. The Batman is sitting here with Robin in that Knight Rider car. So this is all a very Batman focused story here, right? So you can design something very colorful as well. And as I said on Danny's channel yesterday, I have listened a little bit to what they are saying, and they said the social features are actually pretty good to be able to invite people into your vault and so on. So yeah, then someone is commenting here, which I cannot read in. I don't know why some comments of Energy and so on did not. One thing. So, oh yeah, okay, so my chat didn't load. Let me just catch up here with you guys. My chat didn't load. So Trucking Hank says, Omi is on the move. Check out my ex. Okay, let's check out his ex. Trucking Hank. There you go. That is great. So that was really good. Yeah. So Trucking Hank, as the name implies, he's a trucker. I think in Canada. And that is a really good catch. I like that snapshot. Yeah. I saw Omi on the back of a tanker outside of Chicago. So actually that was in the US. And yeah, I'm going to retweet that. for sure. That needs to be retweeted. Retweeted, yeah. Okay, so and then Energy says, when I buy today a collectible, I have to keep it 1 year. So it doesn't matter if Veve would need one more year, you know. Yeah, true, maybe true because of German tax law, but it doesn't apply to everyone. That's not the same law in every part of the world. So where is my Veve? Oh yeah, I left the Veve collectibles here. So. Yeah, and then also Veve is jumping a little bit on the Simpsons stuff here with the Simpsons episode coming out, and then Homer Simpson was unavailable for comment as he was busy strangling Bart. There is the whole thing going on that they are not doing that anymore, that Homer's not strangling Bart anymore. Yeah, and then they say pure gold here. So did they answer this to someone? Not really. Okay, not really. So let's get back to Veve here. Yeah, what else? They had the space for Veve beta testers and so on yesterday. So there were a little bit of talking for social features there for Veve. There is a one-of-one coming up. Here another Marvel OnlyFans art. If you are interested to pay more than 1,500 on this one. Yeah. What else? I think this dropped already. Yeah, waitlist open, Marvel Spider-Man 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy. As I said, I was pretty much out. So we will see what there. It's relatively quiet at the moment around bigger drops. I mean, what was the last things that we had? Augmented reality would make the screen pure perfect. So this looks crazy. The Las Vegas looks crazy. Wow, that looks really, really interesting. Wow, so look at that. That cat got a pretty bad mutation here, so let's go again. Coming out of the mouth, yo. So that would be absolutely heavy, right? I want to attend a party like that. What is that? That's a Marvel party. And then, wow. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's really crazy. That looks super futuristic there. Okay, so congratulations to Marvel. Maybe next up, Marvel collaboration with Veve there on that thing in the middle of the raging bull market when we are up tremendously. That would be great. But get the chat back. So yeah, there we go. I don't think there is too much more from Veve right now, but we have to see that no matter what, Veve users are still climbing up. We had a little bit of a consolidation here, but our all-time high was, let me move this over. So there we go. So we are at 654,150 unique owners of collectibles. We have been climbing up from 75, almost getting 80 new users in again after we had some sell-offs here, because we have been at 159 and 151, and we're back to 150 right now. So there's a little bit of a consolidation going on here, but if you look at that, we have been on October the 4th at 450 users down, or we have gained 450 unique owners in that time. That is pretty good, yeah, for bear market activity. So as long as we are upsloping on Veve users, I think we are fine. Yeah, then maybe one last thing here for the accumulation phase in Veve. So it's not that everyone has slowed down. In fact, let's just wait for the X tracker. We have 800 daily net accumulation, a 14-day average of 1.2K. So we are moving in waves, and Bezogeman is going for the 35,000 here collectibles. And also we see the net accumulation of other whales is actually quite significant. So we have here 189, 223, 106, 503, and so on. So here another one with 324. So it seems that actually we have more net accumulation at the moment in this space. And if you see this whale here on place 8, now I'm not quite sure if this is the 10K wallet of the crafting wallet. We need to check this quickly. I'm not sure if it's this one or this one, because here are 510 mints, and I'm not quite sure if this is So I will have to check this one, which one is that Veve related wallet here in the X tracker. But overall, the rest of these wallets is still accumulating pretty big. So yeah, whales have not stopped accumulating, and the top 10 has over 10,000 collectibles. So if you want to be in the top 10, you have to own 10,000 collectibles, and we have 4 other whales that are less than 1,000 collectibles away. In fact, 2 that are less than 250 collectibles away from also having 10,000 collectibles, and they are both accumulating. So yeah, the numbers are rising here in Veve. Yeah, so still accumulating, and we don't really see. Let's check if we have anyone that is selling off bigger. Here is a -11, that is not too significant, -7, -99, so there is one that is selling off on place 58. But there are also some down there with 3,000 or so collectibles that are accumulating hundreds per month, per week. So they are coming up as well. And according to this tracker, to be in top 100, you have to have at least 2,946 collectibles. So if you want to be in that, I think it's fairly easy to get into the top 100 in terms of if you buy very low priced comics. So yeah, who knows? That could be a strategy. Yeah. Anyways. Guys, what do you say? Are you still buying Veve collectibles? I think that's it for today. Guys, make sure to smash up the like button right now, please. On your way out, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Really important that with 20 people, we also have 20 likes on this live stream. Please, 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 it doesn't cost you anything to do that. So please do that for me. Other than that, guys, we are in exciting times. Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF, potential altcoin ETFs. We will see if Omi can do the turnaround. And guys, wherever you are on the world, have this great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I catch you in the next video that is hopefully coming out throughout this weekend and or on Monday morning for the next crypto morning coffee. And Zach, great to have you here. I hope you saw that I have included you on the main screen there in the beginning. So let me know if you want to have anything else besides that Iron Man. So yeah, and welcome to the fam once again. So guys, have a good one. It's the freaking Friday. Enjoy